is fresh out of the Amazon box. It's not sealed closed or anything. It's just got a nice little handle here. Nicely packed. Let's go to, it's exactly how it came out of the box, and then this clearly labeled accessory package. Open up the accessory package, you have the remote control. Remote control, it's in the package. The AV cable for the side with looks like a 3.5mm jack. Power cord. HDMI, and actually the HDMI is it's neat. It's a flat ribbon style HDMI cable. Let's see, I don't know if you can see that. It's flat. It's pretty cool. HDMI cable. You have yourself some screws, the foot to be able to raise the position of it. You have a lens cleaner. Can you see all that on the video? Okay. Lens cleaner. And then we have, it says guarantee. That's warranty information, I guess. Yep. Projected guarantee for 1 year. Okay. Warranty information. A little warranty card. And a card from Crenova itself. Says in that.
Should I zoom?
No, you don't have to zoom. It's a card that comes in it. And then the user manual. Have a user manual to teach you about how to set up and view the projector, operate all the settings, connect it to your Xbox, Amazon Fire TV, all that. It's got a lot of information in it for operation of it. So we'll just leave that right there. Here. Now we're going to slide the projector out. I'm just going to do this. I'll pull the foam off one side. Handy foam for projector. Fairly light for, it's not taped closed or anything, it's just folded over the bag. It's a nice shiny red. Okay. Very pretty finish on this projector. I mean, something like that, it would be like a focal point of your living room. It's so pretty, you wouldn't want to hide it anywhere. It's really beautiful red color. And you got your lens cap. Figure out how to get the lens cap off. There you go. Alright, so it's a plastic lens cap, it just pops on it. You have your focus button here, and you have keystone correction. So the keystone is a manual, it's not a digital feature, it's done manually. You have your control buttons on top. You have a speaker here on the side. So I'm going to say it's a mono speaker. One speaker right there. You have your cooling intakes for your, and then you have, I guess, probably an exit for the cooling. On the back side, you have your power. You have your, looks like, let me see here. On the back side, you have, okay, so you have an audio out. So you can do an external audio right from this. So you had speakers or even computer speakers plug in. It's like a 3.5mm jack. Then you have AV. I'm assuming it's an AV in. You have your 2 HDMIs and 2 USBs, so you can play movies from a memory stick or even maybe a hard drive. And that's about it. That's the projector. Oh, so if you're going to take a projector and you're going to place it on something, on a surface. You have your foot, and that foot screws into this hole here. Get started. Looks like, I guess whatever they painted it with, it might interfere with the threads here. Hopefully it gets started. Just lightly, I'm not trying to damage anything, but okay, I cleaned my pocket knife here. I cleaned the threads, just the outside. There was like a little bit of layer of paint that interfered with getting this foot on. And you can see now the foot's on. I'm just kind of running the foot in and out. It took a little bit to get it started. That's why I paused the video. So that's your foot. So if your video projector, you needed height or something like that, you could use your foot to angle it if you're sitting on a surface. In my case, I'm going to mount it to the ceiling, and in order to mount it to the ceiling, I am assuming if I pull off the rubber feet, yep, if I pull off the rubber feet, like I did in previous videos, hiding under the rubber feet is the screw holes for the mount. Looks like they included 4 screws for something, and it could be to mount it, but they just don't seem long enough. So we'll see. And the other feature I see on the back here, if I can get it out, is that's a tough one. Get out of here. That's tight. Air filter. So some projectors don't include an air filter, and what happens is the dust in your house just gets into the projector and wreaks havoc on your lens, gets dust on the lens, and maybe overheats the projector. So this has a nice little air filter, and it looks like it's pretty fine. I wouldn't want to poke anything through it because getting a replacement air filter. But it's one of those things, shut the projector off, pull the air filter out, blow it off, because I don't think you should rinse it or anything, but blow it off and the dust will come out of it, and then you can put it back in to keep your projector operating cleanly. It's tight, but it could be the paint. You got the air filter and the air filter here, so that's the intake, and then on each side, I'm assuming each side is the exhaust. That's it. Let's get this thing hung up there and test it out. And one other thing I've mentioned in previous videos is, so you don't lose your rubber feet, I'm going to hang this, and I'm just pulling the rubber feet that are on here off, and I'm sticking it right to the body of this, because when you put it on the ceiling, when this is on the ceiling, your mount's going to go in the feet, where the feet are. So, you put these in a Ziploc bag and save them somewhere, or stick them right to the top of this, and they'll be there when if you ever decided to pull it down and flip it upright, so it's sitting somewhere. What I want to show you here real quick is the distance from mount to mount on this, the foot to foot. It's 12 inches. It's actually like 11 7/8 of an inch from side to side. So if you're buying a mount, you want to make sure the mount can reach 12 inches. In my case, my old mount didn't reach. It was actually like an inch short. The position was back here, and I drilled out here on the mount and tapped it and was able to put the screw in. So it was actually effectively moved the mount outwards, a ½ inch on each side. This projector is fairly light, 10 pounds or less, and this mount should, even with the holes modified, be able to support that weight. we're just going to finish mounting it up with the supplied screws that it came with. I think that was one of my earlier complaints, that it didn't come with screws, and this screw is a 5mm .80 or something like that. 5mm screw. So it's nice that they included the screws with it, so it makes it easier to install. You don't have to make a run to the hardware store to get the screws for it. So if your mount can reach 12 inches, you should be fine. That's if you're mounting it on the ceiling. Make them all tight. You see I put it on the bag that it came out of, setting the nice shiny Crenova projector on the table and scratching the nice finish. I wanted it to stay looking new, so I put it on the plastic that it came out of, and it'll keep it from getting scratched. So there we are. There's my ceiling mount. Just got to put it back up. Ready to be mounted. And one thing I forgot is the remote. I didn't open it. So open the package, the remote came in, and I just want to check to see a little thumb thing on the side. It does not come with batteries, so it takes 2 AAA batteries, and we're gonna get this thing up and running. Okay, before I turn the projector on, here's the focus, and here's the manual keystone correction, along with the buttons over here, which make it easy to access. If you're standing underneath of it on a ceiling, you know, you can just hit your buttons if you want, or you point your remote straight at this because it's got optic sensor here. So then I'm just going to power it on. See, the light turns green. I don't know if you saw that or not. Right here. There you go. You can see it. This little power light turns green as it comes on. Alright, so in our menu, you know, you have the standard picture, color, temperature, aspect. You know, you can do all your stuff here. Your projection mode here, I have it on front ceiling. You can scroll in the menu, but it also, that same, everything that's in the picture mode is actually on the button on the remote here. There's a button here. So you can flip it all and change it, everything. Pretty simple. It's just, you know, the biggest thing is trying to get used to operating the remote that you're not familiar with. I guess the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop in a memory stick and view the movies that are on it. So this is no device. Now it pops up USB 2.0, which I have in there. So enter it, get to the movies, and you can hit enter, and it'll give you a preview just by hitting OK. Or when you go in there, you put it on the movie, and then you just hit the play button. I'm just pressing the play button on the remote. So it starts playing the movie, and I want to go further in the movie. So I literally press the OK button on the remote, and it brings me to this menu down below, so I can do fast forward, rewind, previous, repeat, blah blah blah. You can see it all down below. So I'm going to fast forward, and you can see it goes up to 32 times. I'm going to pause it here. Now, the big thing I noticed right away turning this on comparing it to any previous projector. And the reason we got this one is because of the 1080. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I was waiting for somebody to come out with an excellent quality 1080p projector, and you know, for under 300 bucks. And this is definitely one of them. I'm extremely happy with the 1080 quality of this, and you know, we'll just proceed here in my video. Okay, so I went out of this menu, and you hear the sound quality. It's pretty nice. It's a mono speaker. So picture quality is excellent, and you can see we got daytime, house lights on, you know, so it's plenty bright for this environment. For the I think it said it was 5500 lux. It's definitely bright enough for anything in the daytime. You know, outside direct sunlight, it's going to be washed out. I mean, I have, you can see in the video here, I have an overhead light. I'm going to turn the living room lights off, and you can see it just makes a even better picture quality. And you know, you wait till you have nighttime in a dark room, and it'll be like you're sitting in the movie theater in 1080. It's crystal clear. I'm just flipping here between movies, and inside the mono speaker sound quality is nice and clear, and it's plenty loud for indoor in a room or outside. Even if you crank it all the way up, it's plenty loud. You see how clear the movie is. It's crystal clear. Access the menus real quick. It's really nice and easy to smooth. Once you get used to the remote, it's smooth to hop between the menus, in and out quickly. Don't mind my shaky hand here doing the video for a minute, because I swapped off my camera mount because I forgot this little section. Newer movies are much brighter, clearer picture. These older movies, this movie here specifically, is a darker movie, and even with a darker movie, the picture is crystal clear and nice and bright. And so right now, I mean, the sun has gone down, and it's pitch black out, and inside the house the lights are all off, so we're getting the absolute best quality, brightest video you can get for this time. You can see just the colors, and the blacks are black and the whites are bright white. You see the nice skin tones and everything else. Do the same old, got a huge screen here. Alright, so the video is playing here on my friend's garage. It's a 12 by 12 foot garage door. That gives you an idea just how large of a screen. I didn't measure the inches. I think it's around 160 inches, so it's really not the maximum screen size you could put, which is 200 inches. So I'm going to change the movie here real quick. Here's the 1080 clarity on a bigger screen to give you an idea. You can use it on just about any surface, garage, one of the blow up screens, anything to get to the maximum 200-inch size if you're going to actually go that big. Great for your outdoors, many uses. So that's about it for now. think I've got just about everything covered. I don't know what else to put in the video. Okay, I have my Chromecast here, and I'm plugging it into the HDMI slot if I put it in the right direction. So it's plugged in, and I'll just have to wait for it to come on. I'll put the pick my input to being HDMI 2, I think. And there's the Chromecast starting. I'll just have to wait for it to link. Time's correct. I've got the Chromecast linked to my house, plugged in, synced, and all that to my Wi-Fi and everything. So now I've got a cell phone, and you can do the desktop on your phone if you do your smart view linking it. I'm just going to go to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to hit the shows my living room, so it should link right up. Goes to YouTube. Has to no videos in queue, so let's just pick the last Crenova video that I did. I'll hit play, and there we are, Chromecasting my last video. There's a projector in my living room. Okay, here I am Chromecasting to a Chromecast that's Chromecasting an older review. I'm talking here, and I'm just gonna hit the mute button on this so I can talk. So it's very easy to Chromecast, and just slap it in there and go. We're gonna try throwing a video game up on the screen. All right, I've turned the living room lights off, and you still see there's still daylight. It's an overcast day out right now. It's still bright enough inside to let some exterior light into the house, but you can see how clear this game is. And I try to use the same games and videos from review to review. So if you want to go back and compare how they look, but going from one of the earlier ones to the last one where it was a 720 video review, and here to this 1080, I mean, the clarity of the 1080 is just awesome compared to, it's like night and day to go from previous videos to 720 to a 1080. It just, picture's phenomenal. There's no stuttering in the photos. There's no hesitation of the frame rate. It moves smoothly and flawlessly. I love the picture quality that it's putting out, and it's plenty bright. And nighttime atmosphere, same thing. Let's see here. We'll do a little action, and the actual sound is no longer running through the Crenova projector. Since I have this running on my home theater, I've run the whole system on my home theater, and I have the HDMI running up to the Crenova on the ceiling. So doing that, I want the better sound quality, because they're going to sit here and play video games on a 130-inch screen, and I want the surround sound. So I've got my full surround sound home theater going through the Xbox, and you can do this with any game system, whether you want Xbox, PS3, PS4, Nintendo Switch, pretty much anything you can run an HDMI cable in through this projector will play with no problem, and any quality. It doesn't upconvert. It's pure 1080p projection coming out of it. So, like I said, for under $300, it's an excellent video projector. All right, go ahead, play. Alright, we're just trying a little Peggle here, and it's Peggle 2, and turn the volume down so I can hear ourselves think. You can see the 1080 quality on the actual Peggle. Now online, I think it came up as this Crenova projector is a BL-76. When I came, and when it was delivered, the box says model number 1080p. So which is it? I don't know. But if you're on Amazon, it's a BL-76. But even the Amazon ad doesn't show a model number. It shows Crenova projector. So either way, that's what it is. So shows the quality, excellent between video games and excellent for movies. And the one thing I said earlier when I was talking about pulling it out of the box, that it says right on the box for home or office. And it'd be great for homeschooling, or you know, if you have to display it for office, because the 1080, I think that on the lower definition projector, the lower definition would alter how well you could read words and stuff. So being a 1080, being able to read small type or print should be no problem. It should be excellent. I mean, you can see on the games here, even the smaller items and stuff, it's crystal clear. And you know, the thing I noticed from previous 720 projector is you could actually, from where we're standing now, you could easily see the pixels on the screen. And going from a 720 to a 1080, from back here, I can't even see the pixels. I have to actually walk up and look at the screen to see the pixel size. So it makes a huge difference. Okay, I think some people don't understand how to operate some of the menu functions. And one of the menu functions is actual color temperature. And let me see if I can go back here for a second and just show you where it's at. You hit the little, you can't really see it, but on it's the bottom. It's the on the remote, it's the 3-line button, and it takes you to picture mode, color temperature, aspect. Hit color temperature, and in color temperature you can change it: warm, medium, user, cool. So you have basically cool, medium, warm for the actual picture colors, and then you can actually adjust them yourself if you want different. So if I hit to change the actual colors, can also, I think, let me go back here, color temperature aspect here, where did I see that? Picture mode standard, nope, picture mode standard, you can go soft, same thing, brightness, vivid, see how the color in you can pick your own colors in picture mode, vivid, you can see how it changes on the screen instantly. So you really have a bunch of different controls on how to make your colors on your actual screen. Now the one thing I've noticed on this is around the edges, if you play with the keystone correction, now you can't really see it here, but if I move my keystone correction, see how the keystone correction, it's very easy to move, it's just a flip, but it's like a ceiling to floor 15 degrees. Well, the thing I noticed on keystone correction is the more of an angle you have the keystone correction, the outer edges will blur out. That's something, you know, if your keystone correction's off, smaller print will blur out a little bit on the outside edges. And that's because you're trying to make a straighter, squarer picture. And, you know, if you don't want the blurring letters, then you're kind of going to be stuck with having an angled picture. So, and I don't think there's anything you can do about that. It's just the way that the projector's made. The previous Crenova projector had a digital keystone correction, but with that one you could see the outside edges on the picture screen were digitally corrected, and you could actually see that it was shrinking your picture size. Here you're getting the maximum picture size you could possibly get with this thing. With the keystone correction, gives you what you got, and that's it. And you know, it's maybe one little downside out of this whole projector is the blurriness of the edges, but you know, my son's playing Fortnite and he wants to see his letters and stuff on some of the script, so we angle the projector screen just a little bit so it's crystal clear all the way around. And then for normal viewing, you don't even notice it. Outside of movies and skies and stuff, you won't notice it. But if you're trying to read letters and words, you might have to angle the keystone correction back to being off. The two wheels on it, the focus and the keystone correction, are both manual. So to get your picture nice and crystal clear, you have to set your focus. And the focus wheel on it is a much harder to turn focus. The focus wheel on it is much harder to turn than the actual keystone correction. Keystone correction is literally like you can touch it with one finger and it's like flick, flick. You know, it takes nothing to move it. Focus, on the other hand, you actually have to physically push it to move, to spin it. Once you set your focus, it shouldn't move. It really shouldn't at all. The only thing that would say mess up your focus if your projector distance moved. If you moved it forward a foot or back a foot, you would be out of focus again, you know. my experience with Crenova as a company and buying their products, right out of the box, it should function and work properly. I haven't had any issues with Crenova yet. It's been an excellent company to deal with. So if you have a problem right out of the box, either return it from where you purchased it or contact the company to get a replacement. Okay, here I'm just going to record a little bit what my son plays on his desktop. That's on the 130-inch screen, 1080 from the Crenova here. Just shows you an example of how it works on a desktop image. Give you the words, moving around, how you would display it. It's great for home office or conferences or whatever you're going to project from a laptop to or desktop to a projector. You can clearly see the words and everything. I mean, it's crystal clear. Yep, some crystal clear pigs. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Done basically all the reviews. My kids are playing video games on it, and this is the box that came in. I just want to show you real quick. You know, it says home theater, teaching, office. Read that. Also on the back side, it says model 1080p, but when you go on the actual Amazon, I showed the video, BL-76 is what they say the model is. So it is what it is. I'm very happy with the projector. It's definitely well worth what we paid for it. You can turn around and throw it anywhere, your room, downstairs on a wall, on a garage. You can take it outside, have a big party, friends over, watch movies, get some popcorn, have some fun with it. It's an excellent quality picture, even this close. I'm looking at the picture, and you know, it's very difficult to see the pixels. I mean, they're really small on this size picture, and same with the bigger you go. I mean, it's way nicer video than the actual 720. So 1080p for under $300, you cannot beat it. Hope it lasts me quite a while. Crenova's been an excellent company, and I'm very happy with their products. So I hope this video has helped you make a decision on whether to buy or not to buy a Crenova projector. Give me a like, share, subscribe, because you never know what I'm going to do next.